Hey, what's up everybody? ForneverWorld here today to do my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 254. Now, I'm going to talk a couple of nitpicks of the episode, then I'm going to talk about the stuff that I really enjoyed because it did have some very informative stuff in the episode. Okay, so the nitpicks in this episode mainly I had is that there was some in-canon filler. Most of the Naruto stuff with the animals and wild animals and stuff, I mean, anyone could tell that was pretty much filler. It was actually kind of funny, so it's not some like filler that I would be like, it's boring, nothing's going on. It was some just like goofy and zany stuff. Some wild animals fighting over each other's love. Armadillo, a gorilla in love with an armadillo, but then the armadillo was in love with Naruto, and I was just cracking up. So I wasn't really bothered by it, but it was just weird and awkward to have that like filler in the middle of the episode and stuff like that, because it was about 3 or 4 pages, because I have the manga with me whenever like I'm going through the episode, if the American stuff is out and I'm reading. I have the pages in front of me while I'm going through it, just so I could like get a thorough examination of the episode, so I could provide a bit more of a better review for you guys. And when I'm going there, it's like 4 pages past, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And I'm just like laughing, and I'm like, oh man, the zaniness. And of course, they add a bit of filler stuff here and there to make Naruto seem a bit more silly, to make it more of a dramatic thing that Naruto is, really falling for this S-class mission and stuff like that. But some of the good stuff that did happen in the episode that was actually canon was we got Toby and Kabuto. They're talking more about their plans and stuff like that, and trust, and we find out a couple of good things that I'm kind of like, whoa, because we find out in this episode, because the intel that Kisame leaked, that there's 80,000 shinobis on the Shinobi Alliance side, but then we find out that there's 100,000 Zetsus. 100,000 Zetsus. That's freaking awesome. War is gonna be crazy, because we got 80,000 shinobi versus 100,000 Zetsus. Now, Zetsus might not be as formidable as some of the shinobi, but it's still going to be craziness. And then also we see some crazy stuff as well, kind of a little bit freaky, that Toby is like, oh, in my past fight with Hashirama, I stole some of his DNA. And then we see the statue of like an unconscious, weird thing of like Hashirama, and I'm like, whoa, Toby, freak, he just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really weird. Like, he stole DNA from this guy. He did this. He did that. Toby is a freaking freak. Then in the episode as well, we got the Kages. They're deliberating about, exactly what to do. And, their main objective is to secure Naruto and B from getting captured. And it's kind of funny as well, because Tsuchikage's like, I'm going to go. I'm going to make a stand. I'm going to start this off. He's like, oh, my back. And then Gaara's like, no, I'm going to go. I'll just float over there with my sand. He's like, no, I can do it. I'm going to go. And then, pain. So that stuff, always has me dying laughing at Tsuchikage. And then we actually see flying ninjas in this episode. I think that's the first time, if I'm not mistaken, maybe we've seen it before. I can't recall. But we see one of Tsuchikage's people's like just go flying. He looks like a little fat Superman. He goes, woo! I was just laughing. Overall, the comedy of this episode was definitely very high, with the in-canon filler of the armadillo, female armadillo. And if I'm correct, that armadillo was supposed to be a male. So, yeah, I guess they just didn't want to show the genitalia that they showed in the original manga, but whatever. I'm not bothered by it. I don't want to see, that stuff. And, yeah, it was interesting with the Kabuto and, Toby stuff, the Tsuchikage. Oh, and also the Tsuchikage actually was pretty beast. I forgot. At the end of the episode, Tsuchikage approaches Kabuto and Deidara and just gives a punch right into Kabuto. And it might have been a clay thing, but I thought it was really awesome to see. That was one of my favorite moments actually in the episode. I'm glad I remember that. The episode ends like that, and then Deidara does a big explosion and goes boom. Basically, this episode was about a chapter and a half, maybe a little less, adapted from the manga with canon filler and stuff like that. Filler wasn't the greatest or anything informative, but it was pretty funny. So check out the episode. Some pretty interesting stuff. 100,000 Zetsus, Kabuto and Toby teaming up again. Talking more of their plans, and just pretty good stuff overall. The episode. But let me know what you thought of it. If you've seen it, what was your favorite moment? Was it the jokes? Did you care for the in-canon filler, or was you really annoyed by it? I know some people like, oh, get the filler out of here. But if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section below, or with a bit of response, give me your thoughts on this episode. Naruto Shippuden 254, I believe, yeah. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Toby and Kabuto's interesting plotting in this episode. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, have an awesome day, people.